Well, that was f***ing shit.
Psych.
So I finally completed the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and with that came a roller coaster of emotions. Even now, as I make this video, I still stand unsure with just how I feel. As a fan of the original, I can't help but become frustrated at all the drastic changes, but yet I still feel a level of excitement not knowing just what the future holds. Now, before you get out your pitchforks calling me level 1, I've already seen the Easy Allies podcast with Max. While I do understand the theory in that it has now been backed by an interview with the developers that has revealed at least part of it to be true, it has not relieved all my concerns. Final Fantasy VII Remake has changed the main beats of the story, and no matter how you look at it, 2 timelines with Zack being alive, Biggs, Wedge, and Jessie presumably living, these are not small changes, and this doesn't even scratch the surface of just how much Sephiroth plays a role in part 1 of the remake. Keeping in mind, now confirmed there are 4 Sephiroths that are claimed to be manifestations rather than complete individuals, still changes quite a bit of things. Now, I am all for changes because I truly didn't want a one-to-one remake, but I feel like the drastic story changes, despite what they may claim, may be too far in getting off the path of what the original Final Fantasy VII had to offer. I get it, Sephiroth traveled back in time to change the events of FF7 so Cloud and friends don't win, but let's be honest, most people are not going to be aware of this without searching online for fan theories or reveals from the Ultimania, which never really see an English release. A video game needs to be clear in telling its story and not leave the fans searching the internet to find information in hopes of answering basic questions that were not obvious in the game. Yes, I understand this is part 1, so there are meant to be unanswered questions, and that's fine, but this is bordering on Kingdom Hearts level storytelling. In fact, I understand the Kingdom Hearts story more than I understand the Final Fantasy VII Remake story, and this is supposed to be a remake of a game I know like the back of my hand. Now, it is coming off like I hated the ending and I have nothing positive to say about it, but let me stop you there. At first, I have to be honest, I absolutely hated the ending because there was so much left unanswered, and so much had changed. Originally going in, I expected new characters, new events, new places, but I did not expect drastic changes in the story like an addition of a timeline where Zack and Cloud get past a horde of Shinra troops outside of Midgar. Now, as time has passed and I've stewed on things a little more, I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with what the Final Fantasy VII Remake is trying to accomplish. And just maybe, once I get my hands on the Ultimania, if ever, it will put some of my anxieties with the story at ease. I think it's still too early to determine if the Final Fantasy VII Remake story direction is a bust, just because we have only one part of what could be a minimum of 4 parts, since recent statements by the dev team of each part being smaller in order to put out games faster. Maybe once we have the entire story, it will all come together and absolutely blow our minds. As more information becomes available to us, it is becoming clear that this is indeed a part of the Final Fantasy VII compilation. In fact, it is said to be the 5th entry. So the way I see it, this is more of an FF7 2 than an FF7 remake, and this is further solidified with Nomura saying that the remake has many meanings. Let's get this straight. They told us at the start that this is a remake, then they said this is not part of the compilation, then they said it will take elements from the compilation, and now they've confirmed that this is a part of the compilation. Wow. We are lied to so we could be surprised? I don't know about everyone else, but I wouldn't have minded knowing all this to begin with. Maybe then my reaction to the ending would have been completely different. But now knowing what I know, I am more comfortable with the direction, with the contingency that this should all make sense a little more by the end of part 2. Ah, this is an incredible ending.